Good evening to the Johnny Cleveland podcast. It's a Wednesday night, and look who we have. It's a family affair. We have Alec in the middle, Mariah, Mo Money to the right. Those are the two eldest children of the Suchan clan. Welcome to the Johnny Cleveland podcast. We are so excited to have everybody here. They have graciously wanting to be on the show this evening. You know, they were just dying saying, "Oh, I got to get on I got to get on a podcast with you, Dad." So it's been a while. We actually haven't done a podcast. Last time I had a podcast was about 2 weeks ago, before the Browns played their game, which the Browns lost. And then everybody was mad at me that I didn't do a podcast post game, especially those people out there in Kansas who like to be annoying. So anyway, we're back, and thank you for joining the show, Mo Money and Alec. Good to have you. How's it going?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's going.
It's a great Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to remind everybody, Mariah, you are out in the great Northwest.
Mm-hmm. I'm in Seattle.
Yes.
The
And
West,
Alec,
West
you
Coast, Best Coast.
West Coast, Best Coast.
For real.
Alec, where are you at right now?
Holland, Michigan.
Are you
Home
quarantining?
of the Dutch.
home of
No, currently not.
Good. I heard you went to the grocery store today.
I did. I got food for the first time in like 4 weeks.
Yes. Good
Now I
job.
don't have to eat one meal a day. I can actually eat multiple meals a day.
And you have what,
sounds
90
like
cents left in your bank
starvation.
account?
$9.91. Come on.
Oh, you can go get a Happy Meal like 3 times.
Yeah.
Happy
Well,
Meals
you
have
used
really
to back
gone up
in-
in price. Yeah.
Just a little bit. You know, when I used to like work, out in Kansas back in the mid 90s or whatever, I would go down the street to the McDonald's.
You can get everything for $1.
Yeah, you could go and get the quarter pounder with value meal for $3.71.
That was like
No.
$10, $12. Who knows?
So, well, good to have you here. Today is Veterans Day. Did you guys realize that today? Seeing
Yes.
different people talk about. Actually, you've got a story, Mariah, here in a minute. But I wanted to give a shout out to all of you. You know, lots of people in your family. And I know many of you that are listening have relatives and friends and family that are military. So a shout out to all of those veterans. My wife's father, he was in the Army and served, I believe, during Vietnam. And I know on Grandpa Suchan's side, Grandpa Suchan was in the Peace Corps, and he has several uncles that were military also. His youngest uncle, actually, his name was Eddie. 1944, he served in the Army. He died in the Battle of the Bulge. I don't know if you're familiar with that battle, but 1944.
That sounds like I learned about it.
So
Yeah.
there's other people, like I think we know Uncle Alan out there in Oklahoma, and all of your nieces.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, our cousins
yes,
cousins.
and your cousin, yeah.
that are all in the Air Force. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of you that are listening, thank you for, and especially if you have served in our United States military forces. We applaud you and salute you. So just want to give a shout out to that. But now, Mariah, you had a little luncheon today at your work out there in Seattle that has to do with veterans.
So one of my coworkers was in the Air Force for 4 years and then went on to get her college education and now is a really good scientist, and I work with her.
Yeah.
So my boss decided to have a little takeout luncheon for us, socially distanced, sitting in the foyer, 6 feet apart. Anyways, we get some Thai food.
Yum.
Thai food often has peanuts associated with it.
And
I'm
you
allergic.
had a peanut allergy.
I didn't get peanuts in my food, but I must have touched something because my eyeball swelled up like crazy in like 10 minutes while we were eating lunch. And my boss said, I should go home and not come back until my eyeball looks like the other one again.
So any of you have watched, like, you watched the old movie Hitch with Will
It's looking
Smith?
better. For sure.
Oh yeah.
That
But
looks a
it
lot
was like
better.
this earlier.
Yes, your eye looked like you were Rocky Balboa, that you had just been through a fight and your eye was all swollen up.
Thankfully, it was
blinded.
just like a touch allergic reaction and not like I swallowed anything. Whew.
Mhm.
Dodged
Oh,
a
I'm
bullet.
glad that you're better and you had a nice, 3-hour.
I took some
Benadryl
Benadryl
nap?
and then put some eye drops in and then fell asleep for 3 hours. And I woke up and my eye's pretty good now.
Well, it looks great.
Nice.
It looks better. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, I feel like she should show the photo to everyone.
I don't know
Oh.
how to do that.
Oh,
What about on Matt's phone? Could you show it on Matt's phone on this phone?
We can work on that. Yeah.
we can work on it. We might have Matt join. Mariah's boyfriend, who is named Matt. We've talked about this before. That is her boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
He may be joining the show later. He's going to be modeling some of his new birthday. Matt just had a birthday, and
No, he didn't. It's not until.
It's coming up.
November.
that's right. But he got an early birthday gift, and he might be modeling that for our audience. If you're watching on the Facebook feed. By
Here
the way,
we
we
go.
are broadcasting on Facebook right now and on our YouTube channel. So
Can I
you
reverse
can also
this thing?
email the show here at jclevelandpod@gmail.com. And again, we do have our Facebook accounts. Oh, there you go. There's Mariah's eye.
I don't know how to make this work.
No, that's okay. You can just glance. There you
There
go.
you go.
There you go. And we can see Matt in the background. Oh, yes, your eye is. Now, that was, pretty much closed up.
I mean, it was
You're
just,
a fighter, Mariah. You're a fighter.
Well, I'm okay. It was nothing. I felt bad for ruining the luncheon.
Wait, did everyone have to like stop and like accommodate you?
Well, they were just like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I don't think so." I'm gonna go to the bathroom. There's another.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow. There you go.
It's not that bad, but
No,
it
you're
was
much
just
better now.
inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day to all of you. Again, we salute you. By the way, we had a big news. We've talked about this personally ourselves off air, but we had the presidential election last week, and we know that this is a sports podcast, but I have talked a little bit about politics and sports and how they kind of come together sometimes. And of course, this last week, since a week ago, last Tuesday, since when the election happened, and then there wasn't an actual winner of the election until Saturday. Those 5 days were just like torture. I was treating it like a sporting event. You know, I could hardly sleep.
I have more anxiety than any sporting event I've ever been in from those 5
Right?
days.
You've been
It was worse than the Sweet 16.
You've been on the Sweet 16. You played a game in Albany with 16,000 fans from New York and Connecticut, and you know.
Yep.
Yes.
I was
But-
sitting there analyzing all the stats in the states and who was done, who wasn't done counting, and
Thank you, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know. Well, now I heard a couple different things today. So Joe Biden won the election. We all know that after with the results when they came out Saturday. But the difference in votes, like the overall number of votes between like those three states in the past that won the election in 2016 for Donald Trump, was Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. He won those by a total of 206,000 votes total combined between those three states. This time, Joe Biden won those states by 250,000 combined votes. So
That's not very many, but that's
not
good.
many, but he actually won them by a double the
More.
amount. Yeah. So, and there's a $5 million or $5 million vote difference in the popular vote. So Joe Biden now has. They said he's got close to 79 million votes, which is the most of anybody who is a running against
79 million? Isn't that how old
79
he is or
million.
something?
What?
Isn't that how old he is or something? Minus
I
the
think
million?
so. I think it's age and the amount of
They're lining up so well. What's DT, like 72?
something. Yeah.
He is 74.
He needs to get 74 million.
Now that
votes.
I know, we all have our own political views on this show, and we're not going to share too many of those that much. But I did want to make treating this like a sporting event. It's been very interesting. Obviously, we all know in the mainstream media that right now Trump is not conceding the election like every other president has done.
All I have to say is when it comes to sports, you're labeled a sore loser, and nobody ever does that because people have good sportsmanship. They're not.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's not showing good sportsmanship, is it? I mean, absolutely
This
not.
isn't a sport, but
well, it is a little bit So he's more of a.
I'm sorry. Golf is the most important sport of them all.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I can't hold it in.
No, well, and even you and I, all of us here, we lived in Kansas, and I don't know if you realize this, but the Secretary of State, whose name is Mike Pompeo. He is from Kansas, used to be a congressman in Kansas, and he had the gall yesterday to come out and say that he was looking forward to the second Trump administration. I guess he's in
what an idiot.
Yeah, he's kind of in La La Land, like this. I don't know what planet he's on, but he's like.
You can't refuse to leave office. Like that is not a thing.
No, well, he doesn't have to concede, and maybe he doesn't concede at all, and he doesn't have.
You got voted out. That's how democracies work.
But hopefully, come January 20th, he will leave the White House. So I applaud Joe Biden, the president-elect.
Hey, I'm excited about his rescue dogs.
Well, yes.
And it'll be in the White House. And he has an awesome family. And Jill, Dr. Jill.
Yes.
Good for the teachers. And Kamala is queen.
What do you think about that?
She is gonna. Well, I think she's gonna have a lot of influence. I think she's gonna be behind Biden pulling a lot of
female vice president. Lots of firsts.
It took freaking long enough. Over 200 years, and all we get is second best. But I'm excited. I think she's gonna be awesome.
I think she's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yep. Looking forward to it. She's got a lot of energy, and I think that I like listening to what you have to say and other women who are very younger people that are very energized by this. This is lots of firsts.
I was so excited when she came out and gave that speech on Saturday night.
It's a feeling
that I can't explain as a young woman myself, like how empowering it is. But it's also really upsetting, like how it is so empowering because it shouldn't be something like so extraordinary. I feel like it should be normal. Anyways,
the spontaneousness Saturday, especially with the parties that were going on. I mean, people dancing in the streets and just celebrating.
Was there any of that in
normally
Seattle?
See that kind of celebration here in the United. What?
Alex said, was there any of that in Seattle? And I said, yeah, Up and Chop or Chaz. I don't know what they're calling it these days.
Yep.
So we're looking. I know that it's a big, it's an integral part of what's kind of going on now. In the world of sports right now, with everything too, COVID. Obviously, numbers here are just going through the roof right now, and in several games in the colleges, 4 games right now in the SEC, like teams like Alabama, LSU, Missouri, they canceled all their games. Ohio State, where we live here in Columbus.
I mean,
their game just got canceled with Maryland because Maryland had eight kids that tested positive today. So then with the Ohio State, what the concern is that they've only put in 8-game season, but they're saying that the conference is saying that you have to have 6 games. So the fact that the Buckeyes have this game canceled now means that
why do they have to have 6 games?
Well, the conference decided.
What happens if they have 5?
Right,
Are they fired from?
And that might very well happen. So it'll be very interesting. It's the Big Ten basically just has been creating these policies as the season's gone on, and they didn't get the season started.
It's a money game for them. That's what it is.
Well, think about
props to all of the sports teams, the college sports teams for trying to play, but obviously what's happening is what we expected, and that corona is spreading like crazy, and there's a lot of people on these teams, and they come from a lot of places, and then integrate and
Mhm.
spread
Did-
it amongst each other. We need to stop playing sports. We need to just chill out, the whole country.
Well,
Alex,
Until
did you
we have a
guys
vaccine.
see the Notre Dame game this past week and like
Yeah.
how they rushed the field and
Oh, I bet
that
that's
was
that's
awful.
smart.
what did you think about that, Alec?
we watched it live and we're like, oh, that's not good.
That's what I was thinking of the celebrations also on Saturday for Joe Biden. Like, yes, I understand that is like monumental, but you should wear your masks for sure because some people aren't
Yes.
even wearing their masks. And like, Corona is the worst it's ever been. Like, use your brains.
Yes. Well, it's
Ah.
definitely this has been a very interesting year. And
Yeah.
Alec, you're up there at Hope College right now, and I know that all the colleges are really trying to get to the end of the semester. And I know your cases on your
Hope or
campus.
Ryzen, yeah.
Ugh. Like
We're still
expected.
lower. We still have lower percentages than the rest of the state, so we're in a good situation. But it might come down to the state going on to like lockdown or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's such a hard thing because humans were so social. We're such social beings.
There you
And
go. We
that-
can
and
have a
it's
whole
taking that
podcast
away.
about that. I'm a
Mhm.
counselor, social work. We could talk that another time.
That's the reason I'm okay is because I go to work every day still, and
Yes.
just I can't imagine. I know how hard it probably is. I mean, Matt, my
working with our
boyfriend's at home
students,
every
too.
day.
With my job, and I've mentioned this
Yeah,
on the podcast. I
hard.
mean, the kids are really missing out. The students. I know, like the colleges are like you're back on campus, Alec, but like the younger kids, the elementary kids, the middle school kids, the high school kids are really missing that bond.
And that's
Yeah.
just like they're not supposed to have to know how to do online classes. That's,
No. Well, we've all been learning. This has been a whole new experience for a lot of us. You guys are so much younger, and so you have a lot more energy than us old people.
that would exhaust me.
Mhm.
It is
So-
exhausting in college.
Well, I'm just glad that it's been a very full week. The election obviously has been taking a lot of our energy. I'm glad, Mariah, you've kind of transitioned into looking forward now to the Kamala Harris being vice president now, and so that's really good. I'm glad you have a lot of positivity.
Women in power. I'm telling you, women need to run the world. That's all.
Well, yeah, Alec,
I might mess around and run for president someday. I have some strong beliefs.
there you
I
heard
will
it
not
first
vote
here
for you.
on our podcast. Mo Money is running for president in
Heck.
what year? Let's see.
I'll run against.
I
her
won't be
then.
ready in 2024, so 2028.
2028. You
Yeah.
can run against
I'll
one of the
follow in the
Trump
footsteps
kids.
I'm
of
gonna run
AOC.
against Mariah just because I don't want Mariah to be president.
Why? I would be a really good president.
I'd
Well,
be
now,
better.
I'm a bit irrational sometimes, but
Now,
if I need somebody to ground me as my vice president, but
That could be Matt.
you could be my like press secretary or communications.
Now,
I've been watching West Wing. I know a lot of this stuff now.
Oh yeah, professional.
Mariah, we were talking about, and I think Alec, you and I were mentioning about this, taking these political tests where we
Oh,
kind of analyze where we fall. And Mariah and Alec, you've shared this before, where some of my thoughts.
yeah.
You've said, well, you're probably you sound more conservative every day. Well, I took those tests and I've taken them like 3 times
It
now.
happens to you. That's what happens.
And
when you
now
get
they
older,
said I'm
yes.
right wing, conservative to right centrist now. So I'm kind of
You know
I'm
what? Though it's
leaning
okay.
right.
I still like you. See, we can be
You-
friends. We're
Hey.
not
Wow.
polarized.
well, I'm your father too. So you,
I
have-
took the test, and I am the farthest left you could be.
you are. You're like off.
My
you're like
hair, my
off.
blue hair matches my
If-
stance in politics.
if you were far left and that we were looking at the United States and the Seattle was the farthest left, you would be out in Hawaii. That's how
I'm in
far.
Hawaii. Paradise, baby, on the left side.
Alex, where do you think you'd fall? We need.
I'd be right in the middle.
I think we need. Yeah,
I
we'll
think
see.
Joe's going to be really good because he's quite moderate for a Democrat.
Joe
He'll bring
Biden.
us together, hopefully. That's my hope for him.
He's always shared. It's all the
He seems
years.
like a decent human.
Yeah,
That's
he's very
important.
empathetic. He's very empathetic. Has a very caring heart. It has a background with his family, with his life that's very substantial. He's had a lot of situations personally that he's gone through. His tragedy of his his first wife, his children were killed in a car accident.
Yep. And then his son had
there's a history
brain
of
cancer.
time that he has had wounds and healed. So I admire people, especially that have
It makes you stronger usually.
Say that again.
It makes you stronger usually and able to empathize more and understand others more on that level. So hopefully he seems like he'd be able to use that to an advantage to run the country, hopefully.
Absolutely. So just a little bit of, I wanted to throw in a little sports news with you guys. I know you don't follow the games like I do.
Wait, I gotta go back one more thing. I wanted to say something. Yeah, even though I am like super left, that doesn't make me a bad guy. All I have to say is that, well, I know the people who like to watch your show sometimes. All I have to say is that
I don't think they're watching the show anymore because I told them I didn't do a podcast. They were trying to get me to do the podcast.
Okay, well, let me finish.
I said no.
All I have to say is that I believe that the whole, like, all the people in our country and the world deserve better than what they get sometimes. I think that humans deserve better. I don't just care about my family and myself. I love you guys, but I love the world too. That's why I'm radical and socialist, apparently. That's all.
That's a very well spoken. Proud of you, Mo Money. Very
Thank
proud.
you.
Yes, I couldn't have said it. Yeah.
Merca.
Power.
America.
You follow the Cleveland Indians that tonight they actually announced that Shane.
Oh, I saw a Baker Mayfield commercial.
Oh, we'll get the Baker here. Shane Beaver won the Cy Young Award, which is the premier, like, for the best pitcher of the year in the American.
Is he on?
He's not on the Indians.
He's the Indians.
He throws the ball. Is
he good at it? Can he throw the curveballs and the
yes?
sit-ups?
Yeah, he's very good.
What's his best throw? Like, what's his best one?
Probably the changeup. Yeah,
so it goes like one speed or a curve.
Interesting note to those of you that are listening to the podcast. In the National League, former Cleveland Indian Trevor Bauer, who the Indians traded 2 years ago or last year, he got the Cy Young Award for the National League teams tonight. So both Shane Beaver and Trevor Bauer are the new Cy Young winners this year. So there you go, little Indians news.
Wait, what was the first league called?
Well, you have the American League and you have the National League. So you have
is that the same thing as well, are they both the same league?
They're just different conferences, right?
Yes.
So they're both professional. They're not like AAA.
No, they're both professional.
No.
Okay. Got it.
I'm so glad that you follow baseball. Alec, you want to share anything else about baseball with Mariah, since I think all she did growing up was play basketball.
I played softball.
Well, you did play softball a couple times, and those games lasted like 4 hours because the girls in 3rd and 4th grade couldn't pitch a strike, and so you'd sit there and they'd walk the bases loaded.
We just walk.
They'd all go around, right? And we just walk, and the game would start at 6, and it'd go till 9 o'clock, and it was dark, and then they called the game, and we were still in the first inning. So,
dang.
I think I blocked that out.
Well, we did it as your family watching the games, but it was torture. I'm just glad you switched to playing basketball.
Yeah, basketball's the best.
You want to share your basketball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
but
can I get
shout out to
here?
University at Buffalo, Coach
Can
Jack.
you hold this for me?
For the Buffalo Bulls.
Yeah, so
I got for them.
I got this beautiful shirt. That's from my basketball coaches at UB. Send it to the alumni. Thank you, Coach Jack and Coach Sharkey and Coach Casey and the other coaches that I don't know anymore.
Those are the retired Bulls, the ones that Silver Bulls, the ones that are the elders that took care of you.
And the nice note where Coach Jack said, sorry.
Coach Jack, right?
She did prepare us for coronavirus somehow. She did.
Well, that's a nice gift. Very nice.
Yes, I was excited to get it.
So Baker Mayfield. We
Mhm.
talk about Baker a lot because he has all these progressive commercials. Apparently, the newest one is that he goes out of the stadium.
Mhm.
And
What
forget something.
He goes grocery shopping and comes back to the stadium and can't get in because he's locked out of his house. And then Progressive's like, don't get locked out of your house. We've got your back. Or something like that.
There's
saw
so
that one.
many of the commercials. There's another one I just saw this past week where he's with his girlfriend in the car and like they forget something in the stadium and then he has to go through the metal detectors and like the whole security's there. And then he comes in and goes out like 5 times. Like one of the times the girlfriend says something about, oh, I forgot to turn off the curling iron. And then he's like, gotta go back in.
Oh my
Well,
god.
now interesting. Like so, Baker, he was on the COVID list earlier. They put him on Sunday, I think.
Why was he exposed?
He was exposed, but he's tested negative several times in a row, so he was able to practice the last day. Also, the Browns have brought back Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb. Actually, is he activated yet?
They haven't activated him, but he's practicing. They think that they hope to have him activated. The other
Better
big
play. I need him for fantasy.
Well, Austin Hooper, the tight end, is also active, and the offensive lineman Wyatt Teller, big guy, 6'5", 350, fun guy.
I think we met him.
You've met Wyatt Teller?
Well, I think we did.
I think. Well, let me ask you
Was
this.
he from Nevada?
Well, Wyatt Teller actually played for the Buffalo Bills his first year.
Where did he come from?
He came from Virginia Tech.
Oh. I feel like we met him at the training camp, but maybe not.
Oh, that was the guy from Nevada that they did trade.
That's who I was thinking of.
Corbin. His last name was Corbin. Wyatt Teller, though, is an offensive lineman, and he's been out the last 3 games. He plays right guard, and the Browns have not, get this, the Browns have not scored a rushing touchdown, Alec, in the last 3 games when they had 8 touchdowns rushing
with him
at the beginning of the season. So that's pretty significant. So it's going to be
who?
Have him back. Wyatt Teller.
Oh, Teller. Oh, Teller.
Well, having Wyatt Teller out too, the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Block.
Makes sense.
Oh.
Yes.
I know him.
What?
I recognize him, I think.
Well, he played for the Buffalo Bills when you were he
had long hair.
I think you were still living in Buffalo and you might have attended a game or two. You've met Tyrod Taylor, right? Isn't that?
Well, I saw him in passing at the airport, yes.
Okay.
My teammates got pictures with him. I was like,
my story that I met Michael Jordan. I've told you that story in Chicago when he was like his second year playing for the Bulls. And I tell people that, and he gave me an autograph, but I lost the autograph. So
how could you lose something like that?
Well, back then it was just,
Because he's a LeBron fan.
You did it on purpose.
No, it was his second year. And that's a big difference between Michael and LeBron is that Jordan until his 4th season, until Scottie Pippen came to the Bulls, Jordan was not like, he wasn't like LeBron. He needed Scottie Pippen. And then when Scottie Pippen came, who was the forward that played for the Bulls,
yeah, I know
that's
him.
when they won those 6 titles,
Well, then that could also be used in the argument of who's the greatest of all time. Because if he couldn't do it on his own, wow.
See, well then, but people
I wasn't alive for his era, so I don't know.
But people will argue that
LeBron
hasn't
he's only won 1 on his own, really.
Yeah,
And
same.
not even. That was with Cleveland.
I wish that we could take
Yeah.
He still
Michael
had
Jordan
Kevin Love
and
and
his peak.
Kyrie.
Okay, Love.
There's a lot of talk that Kevin Love might get traded, Mariah.
Where?
I don't know, but it's going to become
I
your new
hope
favorite
Portland.
team.
I can go watch him then.
Who is he going to play for?
Portland Trailblazers.
Oh, that team has been mentioned. There
That
you
would
go.
be lovely.
You are so excited now.
Hey, Matt. K Love might come here. He said, woohoo.
So, little bit of Browns. So the Browns are playing the Houston Texans this.
Are you going to a game?
I am. They offered season ticket holders. Now you know that I had my season tickets will be for next season, but they offered season ticket holders tickets the upcoming games. And so, yes, I was able to get tickets to the upcoming game in December when the Browns play the Baltimore Ravens on a Monday night,
Wear
on
your mask.
When in December.
December 14th.
So
Alex,
I might be there.
right, that's what I was.
Wear your mask.
We were
I will.
contemplating that. Yes.
Bring some hand sanitizer.
So they're playing. So they're playing the Houston Texans. Houston Texans are in the news today. Unfortunately, Houston is becoming kind of the laughing stock of the NFL. And Mariah,
Why?
well, you'll find this story interesting because I know how you're far to the left.
Oh God.
So there was the VP of communications and the Houston Texans today, Amy Polsick, got fired because the Houston Texans said that she was not a good cultural fit in their organization any longer and was fired. She's the only female in the NFL in that stage of management. And so she used to work with the Cleveland Browns. From my understanding, her background, she started with the Cleveland Browns and has moved around to other organizations and has been with the Houston Texans for several years. So she got fired today, and all the players in the Texans have come out, like J.J. Watt, and they're all like, this is really sad. This is bad. I mean, it's a really bad look for the Texans. And so the Texans are very.
Wait, so did they fire? Why did they fire her? Like, did
There
they
was-
give a reason?
Because they said that she was not she did not fit into the cult. She was not a good culture fit.
What does that
So
mean?
what does that mean? Yeah. So
You know, they don't like women. That's what that means.
That's a lot of people have been saying that she's, was an excellent person, a very good person, and a very good at her job. So obviously something happened there.
Ugh. Oh,
I know. I thought you'd be a little upset about that.
I'll never live there.
She actually won an award for the best PR staff member in the NFL in 2017.
Wow, so she's
So-
good at what she does.
Absolutely. Yes. Very much. so.
Oh,
So-
yeah, and she's not a good cultural fit. They just don't like her because she's a woman, and they probably think she's bossy, and they might throw around some B words at her.
That would
You
be
know
bad.
what? That's not fair. Just because you're a bossy woman doesn't
By the
mean-
way, I'm wearing my stocking cap today. I don't know if you guys noticed my stocking cap, but Laura likes to keep the house cold, so I'm a little chilly tonight.
Hey, gotta save on that.
I also want to show
bill.
off my
The gas
Cleveland
bill.
Cavalier, support tonight. So,
Yeah.
anything else on the docket tonight, guys? Everybody that's
No.
listening and watching, thank you if you're watching. We have several of you who are watching, and we have a comment here. Let's see.
Oh,
We've got a comment here. Oh, there we go.
who is it?
Oh, we've got Bruce. Bruce is on the creator of. Let's see if he's watching still.
Bruce from Kansas.
Bruce, Miss Coach Classic. There you go. There's our
Do you want to
Browns
see our helmet?
Woo! And he created those for us. So thank you. Let me get this. We'll
Whose
put that
phone
on
keeps
there.
dinging?
There we go. That's Bruce's wife.
Impacts.
Coach Classic uses his wife's Facebook page to make comments.
That's cool. You can see it.
Funny.
Anyway, so that's anybody else want to make a comment? If you're watching on Facebook, thank you again. You can
Matt, do you
comment
wanna
on
add
Maya or
anything?
Mo Money or Alec. We've got Matt too in the
He
background.
doesn't want to add.
He doesn't
No.
want to do any modeling for us.
Shout out to Stormy.
Oh, did you know the latest on Stormy?
He's moving to California.
He's moving
Tell
to
everybody who
Cali.
Stormy is.
15 at least. He's 15.
Tell everybody on the broadcast and people that are listening
Stormy's
or
the
watching.
best dog in the whole world, and he's 15 years old and gets to move to California for retirement.
Who does he live with now? What happened?
He lives with our stepbrother Clay's girlfriend's family.
Yes, and they've
And
taken
now-
very
Yeah.
good care of him because we thought he was going to die like 4 years ago.
Yeah, and
He
then
was
you gave
supposed
him
to.
away without my
He was supposed to.
permission.
The doctors told us the
He was
dog's
gonna
not going to live.
die. They said he's gonna die soon.
But he's the miracle dog.
And he's
he-
still
he-
alive. And now I'm mad that I wish I had him. He could be my dog. But it's okay. Because Casey's
Now
family
you're
is
in
good for
Seattle, so
him.
you can travel down the coast.
And they're moving him to California.
California. He's going to live for another 10 years.
Absolutely. West Coast, West Coast.
Jean Frise in the history of mankind.
He's so cute and he's so
Dog
sweet.
life.
And he was excellent with Grant Man.
He was very excellent.
Yep.
Grant. Now Grant has a wonderful dog,
Rufus.
Rufus.
Rufus. Hey, Rufus. Matt does a good Grant impression, but
Yes, Matt should come on air. We would love to see Matt. And
Matt, they want to see you. Come here.
we have lots of people watching.
We have lots of people watching. How many?
More than one.
More than one.
There's multiple.
Come on, he's coming. Here he comes.
Oh, here
Get-
we go. Matt,
come
the
on.
boyfriend, is joining the program.
Do you have anything to
Very
offer
good news.
about?
He has several things he's going to share.
No,
Do you have
I think you
anything?
covered everything.
Do you have to offer about sports?
No, I haven't watching sports.
Do you have anything to
Over
say?
here.
Like you could you
Oh,
could-
there he is. He's
Oh,
modeling
yeah.
his new birthday.
Yeah, thanks for
Why
the
won't
sweater.
you
This
say
is awesome.
Rufus for us?
You're welcome.
Real fun.
There you go.
Best Grant impression I've ever seen.
So my son Grant, who has autism, we've talked about Grant Man, who's an excellent bowler, by the way. We went bowling this past week. What?
I said, nah, he's not good.
Well,
I'm
he
better.
beat,
Pretty
I'm
good.
back. Yeah, I
You're
know.
pretty
Better
good
than
too,
all
Al.
of us.
but Alec had a one, or
Alright.
Grant Man had a 120. I finally got over. I had a 130, but he likes to. Grant has kind of a nasally, he has a deviated sept, or what do they call it? Deviated
Yeah.
Yeah,
Septum.
septum. So when Grant talks about Rufus, the dog, he'll go Rufus. And so yeah,
Alright,
go ahead and share again.
Go.
Huh?
You like going?
real fun.
There you go. We'll have to share this with Grant. He'll-
No kick. Kick. We love
Oh,
Grant
there-
impressions. He's such
There's our.
Hi,
We have
Laura.
another comment from a guest. Oh, look at there! It's the wife.
Oh,
Laura.
Wow.
okay,
Laura,
Laura.
I'm wearing
No, say hi
I'm
to
wearing my
me.
stocking cap because it's so cold in the
Look at
house.
Laura. Look, he's wearing your
Yeah,
hoodie.
I love the hoodie and I love the socks.
He's never
Love
had
Grant and Rufus.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for modeling. Is this
Ugly.
LL Bean? Are we modeling for LL Bean?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we would like to be poster adults because we're not children for LL Bean if they'd like us. We'll also do it for REI if they'd like to fund a van for us. We can live van life across the country and send in all of the photos wearing their gear and using their gear. Please, thank you.
We have more comments from Laura Suchan.
What does she say now?
Thank you for thank you for all of you. If anybody else out there would like to make comments about Matt's outfit tonight, or having Mo Money and Matt be possible models for LL
I don't
Bean,
know how to turn the camera around here. Do you see him?
Mm-hmm.
The work from home outfit every day.
Matt now is modeling. If you're listening to the podcast on the radio,
Am I pointing it at you good?
Yes.
look very nice, Matt. I can't,
That's why he's my boyfriend. Because he's cute.
Oh yes.
Gosh.
Well, I think we're coming to the end of the podcast, Mariah.
I made all of you go. Ugh.
Alec, any parting words?
Nope. I'm just hungry and tired.
I'm glad you got to go to the grocery store.
Yes.
Speaking of groceries, I'm hungry. I gotta go.
You're always hungry.
I haven't had dinner.
When do you not eat food?
I love my
She can't give
children.
me an answer.
Yes.
Bye.
I love all of my
Bye.
children. And thank you to all of you for being on the show this evening.
Happy Veterans
Happy,
Day.
happy Veterans Day. We are thinking about all the loved ones that
Lacey and Kelly.
we
and
missed.
Uncle Don.
Uncle, yeah, and Laura's
Dusty.
dad,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Mr.
people.
Denman. Yep, we will miss
Rebecca,
him.
my coworker, shout out.
Mhm.
Sorry for
Nick,
the
Nick Denman and all of the other. I think Laura said that she's got her cousin Chris is also a veteran of the Air Force, I believe. So we know a lot of family and a lot of people that are listening. So again, a shout out to them. And I think we've covered politics tonight and sports. The Browns again will be playing on Sunday against the Houston Texans, and hopefully we'll have a win.
I
And
hope they
hopefully we'll
demolish them for firing a woman.
yeah.
Here
Come
we
on
go,
now.
Brownies. Here
karma.
we go. Ooh, here we go, Brown. Come on, guys. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody, thank you for watching. And if you're watching us and listening to the podcast, we appreciate that. Look forward to coming to you hopefully after a Browns victory Sunday afternoon. Until then, everybody, remember to keep smiling.
Smiling.
Take care, everybody.